Hi, I'm Josh. This is newtons per second. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be working on my fiberglass skydigger project. This is a 4-inch diameter rocket with components from Composite warehouse, and I am very excited about getting this started. This has been a nice dream project of mine to rebuild this. This was a rocket I had built back in 2001 using PML's 6-inch airframe and Scott glass for a nose cone. Scaled it down to a 4-inch with fiberglass body parts, as fiberglass weighs more. So if I did this in the 6-inch fiberglass tubing, the weight would just be more than what I wanted to deal with as far as motor size needed to fly it. So 4-inch fit nice. Altogether, this build's about 12 to 13 pounds and could still fly on, say, like a Cicerone, like the I-540 White Thunder. It would still push this around 1,400 feet and can handle all the way up to L motors. So I think that's a great range to have. And to pull this look off, since the Skydigger project, the nose cone was pretty much the size of the body tube back in the day, I use Composite Warehouse's 7-to-1 Von Karman nose cone. And as you can see, it has that pretty close ratio of what I had back in the day. I absolutely love this nose cone. This thing is beautiful. So this rocket would be head-end deployment, or I could set it up as a single deployment. I have both couplers. So one coupler is a little longer to set up with an altimeter, and I have another coupler where I can just slide that in and secure it with shear pins and make this a single deployment if I choose to. So this fiberglass skydigger project will be the next build series on the channel, and I am, again, very excited to get this started. This will be really cool stuff. So let's begin.
So I'm going to designate this as the rear centering. I'm going to mark 2 spots here to drill out holes for T-nuts, then I'll epoxy them in just until I can get my hands on a retainer, like Aeropack retainer or something like that. I would prefer to have that. So yeah, hopefully, you know, in the future, funds are available where I can get my hands on the Aeropack retainer. So for now, I'll just do like a Z-clip, or I'll use my metal plate that holds everything in. Okay, here are the forward or topmost fins, and what I'm going to do with these is drill a couple of small holes, maybe 3, 1, 2, 3, right on the bottom edge here. So when I glue these on the airframe, the epoxy can go through the hole and help hold these down, where these small fins are not going to be through the wall type of mounting and securing. Unlike the mid fins, these will go through the body, so I won't need to do anything with these. So that is my next step. So next step, I'm going to just take some 80 grit and I'm just going to rough up these surfaces here now that they're all washed and the mold release is gone. And kind of funny note, hearing mold release, I always thought fiberglass. I'm like, what's the problem with the fiberglass? You know, why is there so much mold on it? You know, but thinking they mean the other mold that cast this stuff. Not so much on the sheets, but like the airframe, the nose cone. So they must put something on there so when they press this fiberglass, it's not sticking to the mold that's making the shapes. So all that's been washed. These have been washed really well, and now I just want to kind of rough them up just a little bit, where I'm going to have epoxy, so there's something for this to stick to, because you can see how shiny that is, and I think the epoxy, from what people are saying, it's really not going to get in there. You know, you probably can just chip it off, which is not ideal. Okay, so next is the top fins, and I'm just going to be sanding just past these holes I drilled right here for the epoxy to flow into. So it will end up looking something like that, just so the epoxy can bite and also flow through the holes and keep these locked down, hopefully, on the airframe. Alright, now I'm going to get these center rings all sanded so they got something to bite onto as well. Especially these surfaces right here. You can see they're very, very slick, so I'm just going to hit the whole surface. So one step I almost forgot is drill the holes for the U-bolt. So need to get that done next. Alright, this is the bulkhead kind of attachment for the eye bolt on the nose cone. I'm just going to sand this down real quick. Alright, here's the motor mount tube, 54 millimeter. I'm going to sand this whole outside. Make sure there's plenty of grip for all the fins when they go through the airframe. And see what I was talking about? Having the factory edge on the bottom of the fins. That looks great. Now I'm doing this by hand because I feel like I can scratch this up better. I feel like if I use a power tool, it's just gonna really just plane this down. I don't want to take away from the thickness. Then my center rings aren't going to want to fit right. But I want to scratch it up. And I think doing this by hand is a better option. Yeah, see what I mean? These center rings fit. They fit amazing in there, and I hate to use a power tool and take too much away from that, and then these don't fit right. They would be too loose. I'd rather not have them loose. I think that's, they're beautiful the way they are. Next is to get where I'm going to glue this down inside the nose cone, and that's going to hold the eye bolt. I need to get in there and really scratch that area well. So I kind of measured out the length of this pipe and where this is going to roughly sit. That's pretty close. So I'm just going to scratch out this area right in here, so there's plenty of surface for me to get a hold of or get a bite with the epoxy. Alright, the last bit I need to do is get a little bit of sanding. We're going to put the fin fillets in. So I've got two groups of fins, the lower and the mid, and where the center rings are going to go. So it'll be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hopefully I can reach all this. Looks like I can get like one here, get this one from here, flip over, and get this side from here.